So upon using an open ledger to provide an open access infrastructure for publishers and advertisers and reward users for watching video content, Verasity also provides payment solutions and a rewarding staking ecosystem with 15% yields guaranteed through April 2024. Without a doubt, Verasity has been making a name for itself. Let's talk about some cool features Verasity brings to the table. What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a great evening tonight or morning, wherever you're located in the world. What's up to you guys? First and foremost, before I jump into this video, big shout out to Crypto Arc and Mac Seth. This is a Verasity video just for you guys. Shout out to you guys in my comments. You know what it is. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you guys for supporting. So let's get into this video. Alright guys, let's touch on Verasity. Let's kind of look at it we're going to just kind of go over it just a little bit, just to get the gist of what Verasity is all about. So essentially Verasity, their system is actually powered in a combination with artificial intelligence and machine learning. So when they put these two together, essentially what it is just a formula for a new age technology when creating their system. So I think essentially what Verasity was targeting or going after in the beginning was essentially fighting advertising fraud. So when they built this project, they wanted to be able to use AI and machine learning to pick up, I guess, red flags when it comes to advertising fraud. So I mean, that could be a big spectrum of things, but essentially that's what they were going for. But after the project started to grow a little more and more, Verasity actually changed their path, and they started to essentially grow into building a new platform which was geared for advertising. So Verasity is essentially geared to basically build a huge ecosystem for efficient advertising. So what did they do to create this? They created a system called Vra Views, and this is actually built to bring in those developers to build advertising ecosystems through the Vra Views app. So that's how they would use to bring in. That's what they would use to bring in a lot of developers to essentially build a huge advertising platform to reach multiple thousands and thousands of people. So that's pretty cool, right? So when you look at crypto and you look at AI, artificial intelligence is very, I guess I would say it's very unique, because you could actually tap into different likes of people and different orientations of people and they just basically what they like. So AI gathers all this information, so it would feed back into the Vra View system with correlation with the developers that are building on it to actually give them insight on which way to market and target advertising. So I think that was pretty cool. Also, Verasity created an open access payment platform, and they did this by creating the Vra wallet. So using their Vra wallet, which is actually linked with a Vra card and a Vra payment system, this strategy was put together by Verasity to also be able to generate rewards through the system to users and customers and businesses through a video module, I'm sorry. So when they put all these three together, it was pretty unique, because inside the Vra wallet, you could actually access Veracity's staking platform, which is pretty awesome because their APYs are like really great when it comes to like being rewarded for staking with Vra wallet essentially. And I believe you can only get, and it's a guaranteed 15%. So that's like a standard, that's in there, that's in stone. So that's pretty neat, the way that Vra did that. Right now, I think to date, the Vra wallet has about roughly 300,000 users, and they did this because essentially like people are attracted to a 15% guaranteed reward through their staking program within the Vra wallet, which I believe is actually probably one of the best sales pitches for Verasity to do, is just saying, hey, we're guaranteeing a 15% on your staking, I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? 15%. I mean, even 10% is great. You figure, you know, $100 off of 1,000 just to sit there. Well, it's actually going to be more. It's probably going to be 150 or something like that. But, or yeah, I think it's about 150 or 1250. I don't know, something like that. I'm not good at math. Just kidding. But anyways, I didn't look into that. But anyway, so it's about 15%. Just kicking it right there, making that money, bringing it in, which is super dope with Verasity. I think this project has great potential. I mean, you could actually, you know, take your time, do some research, look into the project, jump into the Patreon, because we're going to deep dive. We're going to take deep dives in the Patreon and go through a lot of these crypto projects. Something else that I'll be offering in there is like any type of comments or questions or anything that you guys have specifically. We'll go ahead and we'll answer that and make sure we get answers to you. All the questions behind cryptocurrency, I got you covered. Got you covered, because essentially I have mentors from UK that are very successful, that have guided me for quite some time, and just having that powerhouse support. These are like crypto legends who have been through multiple bull runs, making significant amount of money. So that is one of the best pieces of leverage you could actually have. So moving forward, back to Verasity, I think this is a great project. I think it's going to do very well. So let's get into some of the entry and exit strategies that I put together for Verasity. All right, for this next up and coming bull run, and these are pretty much essentially the most accurate that I could come up with. All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, before we get into some strategies and risk management, let's look at the charts real quick. We're looking at Verasity today. It is sitting at 0.006 on the daily. There's a market cap of 65 million. 24-hour volume is about $11 million. Circulating supply is 10 billion 249 906. Yeah, so 10 billion. Total supply is 100 billion. Okay, keep that in mind. The max supply is 100 billion. All right, so here's one thing that I want you guys to look at. All right, so let's look at their all-time. So now Verasity, actually looking at this, has seen a bull run or two potentially. First one got up to a price of about roughly, let's look at, slow down there, buddy. All right, so about 4 cents on the first one, and second one took us to about 8 cents. Now I'm super bullish on this project, and I do believe we're going to pass this original all-time high because of certain indicators that I believe are very important to this project, and I think I touched on a couple of them. But secondly, I want you to look at their Twitter, or X, sorry, their X, 316,000 followers, active community, a lot of posts, a lot of transparency through their community. So I think this is super bullish on Verasity side. Having that many followers, 316,000, is actually pretty good for a cryptocurrency project at this level. Going back to the market cap, so their market cap actually sitting at the high of 8 cents was roughly about $388 million. So one of the important things, like I said, to point out is the community has grown. So there's been significantly amount of adopted community members into this project. Project actually looks pretty healthy when it comes to pricing. Looking at their monthly, looks like we got some uptrend going on. That means money's flowing into the project. We'll look at their 7-day, up and down, pretty choppy, a little choppy there, but we are seeing some solid uptrends into this project. Obviously on the daily, crypto's been booming lately. The projects that are moving right now are actually the ones that are doing the opposite of what Bitcoin is doing, which is pretty unique. But anyway, so this project is pretty healthy. We've got some positive money flowing in, pretty healthy liquidity going into this project. So let's get into some price charts for Verasity, some strategic planning. All right, so let's cover that real quick. Let's go back over to, all right guys, so I did say that I wanted to teach you some fundamentals about crypto strategy investing, and just to get you guys some fundamentals behind on risk management. So when diversifying a stable portfolio, it means spreading your investments across different types of crypto assets. So you want to look at safer to higher risk. Okay, so here's a breakdown. So safe investments are essentially low risk investments. Normally you want to put out about 50% into safe options. These may not offer huge returns, but are less likely to lose a lot of value all at once. Then you have your medium risk investments, which you want to allocate around 30% to coins that have potential for better returns, but they come with some up and downs. And then you have your higher risk investments, which basically you want to go with your 20% investment, because these higher risk investments, they're smaller cryptocurrency projects, but they're more volatile and they could actually provide huger gains. But on the flip side, they could actually bring huge losses. So you want to be very careful and cautious about investing in like lower risk projects, because these percentages, and they can't be adjusted, but it's all depending on the comfort of your risk that you're willing to take. So it is a good idea to have a mix of investments to basically balance out. So you want to try to keep a stable balance within your cryptocurrency projects and investments. So what I did is I looked at the risk to reward ratio on Verasity, and I believe it's more of a higher risk, but with a little bit more significant rewards. So let's say we had $2,500 into a project. Well, I would take 20%, which gives us roughly about $500. So again, the reason why I said this is because I believe Verasity is it has a strong community. There's a lot of positive, more positive than negative for this project. So I would essentially, out of a $2,500 investment portfolio, take $500 and allocate that to this project. Okay. So what I'm going to do is cover now some exit strategies. I would actually enter today at 0.006 at $500. Okay, I would take that, buy that. That would give me about 83,000 Verasity tokens. It's roughly a little bit more, but I generally like to keep the numbers pretty simplified. So we're calling it $500 at 0.006 at 83,000 Verasity tokens. Now let's go over some exit strategies where I'm going to show you how I'm going to pull out 6K off of this $500 investment. So let's check it out. So the way that I set up my exit strategies on this one is that I did 3 exits. Okay. One at 15%. So the exit number 1 is going to be 15% of my $500 investment, which is equivalent to 12,450 tokens. And I'm going to exit my first exit when Verasity hits a 10x, and that's going to put it at 6 cents, giving me a payout of $747. My exit is going to be, for exit number 2, is going to be, I adjusted my numbers here because I'm going for the big cheese, right? So I'm actually doing my exit number 2 is going to be 35% at an 18x at 10 cents, which is going to net me $2,905. My exit number 3 is going to be at 25% at 20x, which would put Verasity at 12 cents, exiting at $2,490. So that's going to be a 15%, 35%, and a 25%. Now I adjusted this because I think that the likelihood of hitting an 18x is very, very possible. Okay. A 20x, the same thing. I think we're going to cap out roughly around a 20 to 30x for Verasity. So my safe point, my safeguard on the third exit would be at 12 cents at a 20x. So essentially with those 3 exits, I would net $6,142, and I would still have a balance of 20,750 Verasity tokens because I kept that additional 25%. Now you could do 2 things. You could hold for higher ground, or you could just call it a play, take additional $2,500 at your 20x, and exit with $8,642 off $500 investment. Head for higher ground or end it now. That's what that 25% last is for. Or you could hold it for the long run. It's all entirely up to you. But the 10, 18, and 20x I believe is highly likely for Verasity to hit. And let me explain why. So the most logical explanation for these exit strategies is actually looking at the market cap and the amount of money that could flow in potentially to cryptocurrency. Now, this community is huge. We're sitting at over 314,000 followers on X. Jasmine has roughly a couple of thousand or maybe even 100,000 less. I don't know. Their community is not that big, but the amount of volume that's coming into Jasby with that type of community is pretty huge. Now, looking at this project with the amount of community that's behind this, looking at these exits, 10X is actually sitting at only a $654 million market cap. Looking at the 18X, it's only sitting at a $1.1 billion market cap. And at a 20X, it would be sitting at a $1.3 billion market cap. You know, again, there's some projects that are out there that don't have exactly half of what Verasity has to offer. Now, to say that we can't achieve a $1.3 billion market cap is kind of like, you know, it's not like it's a shot in, you know, shot 1 in 1,000. It's a very, 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 very extremely possible that we would go beyond that. I'm actually thinking that this project could hit about a 2.5 to a 4.1 billion dollar market cap. Now that's just based on the utility, based on the coin, based on the project, and their burning mechanism that's actually in place as well. So I hope you guys got something out of this. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, keep a lookout for the Patreon. It'll be coming pretty soon. Let me know if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Appreciate you guys. Take care. Be blessed.